I'm not like other pick-me girls. I was chosen! I was chosen as the grand purveyor of men's issues.
Huh? Kaboom.
Okay, I gotta see this hero hate video. You guys said it was recent, right? Like today? Getting harassed for giving men support, is it this one? This just in, I was in a video.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you've had a wonderful week so far. And let's have a wonderful month up ahead. That takes us to the topic of this video. We can see VTubers show support for men, gets called a grifter for it. So women can't show support for men now without being accused of grifting. Screenshots including tweets from VTuber Banana Juju saying it is Men's Mental Health Month. But there's more to it than that. Let's hop over to the tweets themselves that got some people angry at Banana Juju, calling her a grifter for this stuff.
Oh,
that
man.
sure is an overused word, isn't it? It has been for years, actually. And
I feel like the word grifting has like lost its meaning. I try to only use it like when I think it actually applies. But man, people will just throw out like every word and not know what it means. They'll call like married men like, you're an incel, and it's like, actually he's not an incel because he has a wife. Like it's like they just throw the insult. They're like, this is good.
even more so lately. So yeah, let's take a look at the full tweet here, and then we'll take a look at the angry responses that Banana Juju got. Once again, she said, it is Men's Mental Health Month. And going on to say, to all the men out there, wherever you are, whatever you are doing right now, take care of yourselves. You guys do not have the same outlets or support like other groups for your problems, and to this day, society still has to do a lot of work when it comes to this. Statistics paint a clear picture here. You guys are taking the constant hits while staying quiet. So grab your loved ones or a friend and tell them what you have on your mind or what kind of problems you might go through. There's nothing weak about that, and it takes the load off your shoulders. I always have to remind my hubby about that. I am thinking of all you hard workers.
because Juju has a husband too. Yeah, I feel like this is very sweet. This doesn't sound to me like a tweet that should make anybody angry. It sounds just very affectionate. Like I'm trying to okay, not that it's okay when people attack people even if their stuff isn't. What I'm trying to say is like I can't figure out a bad way to take this. Is what I'm trying to say.
Family men slash strong supports for our female craziness and backbones of society. Take care. I'm thinking of you and I love you guys. And closing with the cute art. Hopping over to the quote tweets, we can see this response right near the top that says, babe, a new based VTuber grift just dropped. Banana Juju would actually respond saying, what are you even talking about? The OP responding back saying, I thought June was all about pretending to care about gay people, but I guess that's out of fashion now. And then trying to act like they're memeing or something.
What? Why can't... I don't understand why you either get told that you are fake caring about something during the month made for it, or you're not allowed to care about multiple issues. Like I don't understand. Like, it's so strange. I don't understand it. It's just so weird. It's like, dude, who are you to say this person is fake caring? It's just such a weird accusation. We can, believe it or not, you could celebrate multiple things in a month. Yes, it is self-reporting for sure.
But, I mean, they don't seem like they're like memeing around. They seem like they're serious about like getting mad at this or something. He then goes on to include 4 screenshots of various other female VTubers who have made tweets supporting Men's Mental Health Month. And
I like how I'm not in here. Creepy and Kitsu are in here, but somehow I got by, chat. I'm the one good one. I'm not a pick-me. I was chosen. No, I am in the top right. God damn it. Never mind. I thought I slid past. I thought I got away with it. Damn it all.
I'm just so confused at what this guy's trying to do here because like he's trying to make the argument that these VTubers don't actually care about Men's Mental Health Month. And like they're like ditching Pride Month to like suddenly support Men's Mental Health Month, but to actually like back that argument up, you would need to show where they had previously been supporting Pride Month allegedly for years and now ditched it and aren't saying anything about it to instead just tweet about Men's Mental Health Month or something.
No. I'm not guilty till proven innocent. What grounds do you have for going after people that are putting kind messages into things? Nah, you don't get to tell every person who's being nice that they have to prove that their message is true when you had no proof to bring to the table. You are so cooked in the brain. I must be a victim every day. I must be truly suffering because 95% of my audience is male on both YouTube and Twitch. Like, I must have some crazy masochistic tendencies. Hooey!
They don't seem like they're like memeing around. They seem like they're serious about like getting mad at this or something. He then goes on to include 4 screenshots of various other female VTubers who have made tweets supporting Men's Mental Health Month. And I'm just so confused at what this guy's trying to do here, because like he's trying to make the argument that these VTubers don't actually care about Men's Mental Health Month.
They just give, okay, here's the reason, okay? It's so stupid, all right? Get ready. If you're not mentally unwell, this may make no sense because no sense was used to come to this conclusion. The reason why they're upset is because they don't like women. The reason they are upset is because they are mad that a woman is the person talking about their problem and advocating for it. That's what they're mad about, because they have repressed trauma from an issue with women, and they want to use this topic as an excuse to be a victim. They want to look good by using a movement like this to be a victim. Right? But then they kind of don't get away with it, or they let their true colors show when they can't have anybody but other men talk about it. They suddenly have like the sexism seep through and they're like, it's people that usually don't actually want this fixed, by the way. They don't actually want more awareness, so they don't want a solution. They just want to be a permanent victim. Yes, it's projection. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it is projection. And by the way, I get it. There are people who pretend to care about issues and don't really. I get that. But to assume that of every person who's ever made a post online, like, you're just making it worse if you have to have like credentials in order to care. So
And,
silly.
Like, they're
Yeah,
like,
they're miserable and they want everyone else to be miserable. Yeah.
ditching Pride Month to like suddenly support Men's Mental Health Month, but to actually like back that argument up, you would need to show where they had previously been supporting Pride Month allegedly for years and now ditched it and aren't saying anything about it to instead just tweet about Men's Mental Health Month or something. And that's not what these screenshots show. It's just showing them supporting Men's Mental Health Month.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to complain about pick-me girls. Well, don't worry, Chad. I'm not like other pick-me girls. I was chosen! I was chosen as the grand purveyor of men's issues. I'm a choose me, not a pick-me, but I'm not asking, okay? It's already happened.
And again, originally was calling out Banana Juju. Now you're involving like multiple other people who are not even Banana Juju. This whole thing is so stupid. It's hard to even comment on it because it's like,
Next level lol is their username. Next level dummy. Like, what the...
bro, what are you even doing here? This is like inventing something up in your mind to get mad at, basically. I'm not familiar
Yeah, it's
with...
because they have nothing else to get mad on, because they're literally just sitting... They're looking for something to fight about because their life is so cushy. They've never actually experienced anything difficult.
with every VTuber in the screenshots, but there are Kitsu and Rosiebellmoo, both of who I am familiar with, and they are awesome. Sucks to see them getting wrapped into this nonsense.
No, I don't care. Worth. Have you seen how many people are nice? I didn't even know this happened. I didn't even see this person's post. I didn't even know this person posted about me. That's how unaware I was. I guess I'll go interact with it now. Somebody else had to tell me I was being hated on because I couldn't. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get a louder megaphone because there's so many people being nice. I didn't see you over there in the corner.
But Kitsu actually fires right back, tells the guy to shut the frick up, gets brought into this, tells the guy to shut the frick up. Let's go, Kitsu. And for the record, Kitsu has gotten hate before for standing up for men.
Yeah, this part is sad to me. Like, the fact that she still has, the fact that she got doxxed is just sad. Anybody who starts doxing people is the largest piece of shit. Like, there is nothing that is okay with that. Nothing that justifies this over something you're upset about. This isn't winning. This is just looking like you have nothing better than to be a psycho that cannot win arguments. So all you have is being a creep. Like, not only do you have a good argument or anything worth listening to, but you're willing to, you are such a poor loser that you spent a lot of time creeping and figuring out how to dox someone because you know that you frequently lose enough that there is nothing else you could do. There is nothing else you could do for you, so you go below ground level to be more deplorable than anybody else. It's just awful, man.
He's literally had this freaking weirdo trying to like dox her and everything. Made a video about that a few weeks ago. But let's hop back over to that tweet from Auntie because there is a second example. That being this one that says, is there a point to this month's theme other than women just collecting sympathy points?
Oh my God. What sympathy am I collecting? Nothing bad happened to me. I already have a 95% chat being male. You mean I might make posts that have to deal with the audience that watches me? You mean to tell me that a VTuber with a 95% male audience might talk about men because it would be relevant to the audience? There are plenty of guy VTubers, I think Kenji's one of them, for example, that their audience is also largely female, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of the bigger male VTubers have a very large female audience. So you know what would benefit their movements? You know what would benefit it? If on Women's Month or like breast cancer awareness, if a male VTuber, posts about this, it will reach more women. That's helpful because your audience is already mostly girls. You know, you can have an impact on the audience that you have by uplifting issues that are a part of your audience.
How is Banana Juju getting sympathy points for that tweet? Again, I don't understand what I don't understand this person saying, man. I'm so confused reading these tweets from these people. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, they're not backing up the stuff they say. Like, the stuff that they're saying doesn't apply to what they're responding to. It's the weirdest thing. Like, if we go back to Banana Juju's tweet.
No, it does. It does because it's if you understand groups of people on the internet, you will start to understand what he's talking about. But it does take some hoops of jumping through to know this. The take is, from the one brain cell men that are upset by this, is that every woman who is advocating for men's health this month is secretly a pick-me that doesn't care about men's issues. That is the checkmate. That is the copy paste. That is the gotcha. You go to any woman posting about men's mental health month, you just type it into the Twitter search and you go, pick me. Bet you don't even care about men. Stop grifting.
Doesn't apply to what they're responding to. It's the weirdest thing. Like, if we go back to Banana Juju's tweet, where at all is she trying to get sympathy for herself here? It just doesn't make sense. Now, maybe my opinion coming up is going to get a little...
No, the thing they're trying to say, they're saying sympathy points. What they're trying to say is good boy points or good girl points. When they say sympathy points, what that person is saying is they are getting points from other men for pretending to have sympathy. That is what he's trying to say. I know he's trying to say that. I know that's the accusation.
A little controversial in a second. Let me give you the context. We got this response that says, why are you going on such an anti-men's mental health tirade, dude?
Yep, exactly.
Looney Lenny saying, because this month accomplishes nothing. It changes nothing. Okay, so here's my controversial take, all right?
So basically what would make him happy is if we ignored men's mental health because it doesn't change anything or help anything. But that's statistically proven wrong because the number one thing that helps with men's mental health is shown to be community. Like outwardly being positive towards and encouraging and having communities. Isolation is shown to make it worse. And communities are shown to make it better. That is actually proven.
I'm not convinced that this month is really going to change that much, if anything at all, for men's mental health. I mean, realistically, it's just probably going to be another month. It'll come and...
Nobody ever said that we could be the grand meteor that stopped all of gender stereotyping that has happened for years. There's new people on Twitter every day of various ages and demographics of people. And choosing to stay silent about issues, that is definitely not going to help. if nobody talks about them openly and everybody is just okay with never ever having them change and having them be permanent, I guarantee you that definitely 100% will make it very, like, if we do things his way, 100% nothing will ever change, for sure.
Go just like the rest. But that said, there's nothing wrong with women showing support for men. As a matter of fact, I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that. And getting mad at them for doing that is just bizarre to me. I don't understand it. Yeah, I guess that's the take. Maybe controversial.
Yeah, like, because we can't make immediate radical change overnight by having one Twitter post, I guess we should not talk about it in any capacity. Yeah, a lot of people told me that they didn't even know there was a month for men's mental health awareness until seeing my post the other day. So, like, I don't think ignoring, like, you know, maybe me making this post doesn't help much, right? But for sure, any amount of help something could have is lost by never saying anything and ignoring it, so...
Controversial, maybe not, but let me know what you think. By the way, guys, it is actually literally, guys, it's literally Rosie's birthday right now.
He says my birthday! You didn't have to do that! That's so nice! What the f***? You don't have to say that! That's not part of the news! That's not part... You didn't have to put that in there.
So happy birthday to Rosie. By the time you watch this video, I don't know if she will still be live, but...
Stop. That's really nice of him. Thank you, Hero. Hey, you didn't have to do that.
I will link her channel in the description of, actually in the pinned comment of this video. That's even better. Pinned comment of this video. And also Kitsu, because like I said, I'm familiar with both of them. They're both really cool. Let's also talk about the bros real quick, okay, bros?
The bro is up.
Like, while I think maybe probably nothing changes this month, it is still...
Look, Chad, he does the thing where he has the black void behind him when he talks too, okay? I'm not the only one that randomly just has the void behind me when I start yapping.
Cool to see women supporting men, but also men supporting men. So shouts out to the bros out there. Appreciate you guys. Now, on the topic of authenticity...
Yes, we need more of everybody advocating for change and openness. And the more other men are open to you know, talking about these issues with others, the more it helps, because literally community is what helps.
Like, some of those people were getting mad at these VTubers for, you know, saying that they're just like grifting or whatever in talking about men's mental health. That takes us to Rainbow Six Siege. Let's talk about this really quick. And authenticity, right? Because they had
Rainbow Six
said on June 1st, just 2 days ago, it's okay to take off the mask. Strength and vulnerability are not mutually exclusive. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We'd like to encourage you to reach out to your friends, ask them how they're doing, pick up a game together, look out for one another. You matter.
By the way, something that's bothered me is everyone's like, but Rosie, therapy... Not all people can afford therapy. You said that a lot of guys don't seek out help in any capacity for their mental issues. Actually, Rosie, not all guys need therapy. I never said that therapy was the answer. It can be if it helps you. But guys, the statistic I said was guys not getting help for various mental issues is not just therapy. It's in everything. It's in a lot of different places, okay? It's from psychiatrists, it's from psychologists, it's from, you know, suicide hotlines, it's everything. It's not just one, it's not just therapy. So this is not just specifically only therapy is the answer. I didn't think I needed to say that because I never said it in the first place.
A lot of people were talking about this because previously Rainbow Six Siege was not actually talking about, by the way, owned by Ubisoft, forgot to mention that, very important thing. So Ubisoft, in other words, is over here on their Rainbow Six Siege account talking about men's mental health. Now, as I was saying a moment ago, this was a divergence from prior years where they never said anything about Men's Mental Health Month and were in fact talking about Pride Month. Now, some people were saying that they have now ditched Pride Month to talk about Men's Mental Health Month. And so now together we'll play a game called Search Twitter. Doing a
Oh my god. This makes it exhausting, dude.
Search from Rainbow Six game for
Listen, no company can care about you on the level that somebody who is friends with you can. But everybody advocating for it being more mainstream and more awareness is good.
Pride Month, We can see last year they made a tweet about Pride Month, but it was actually made on June 24th. Before that, a tweet on July 21st, 2023, talking about Happy Disability Pride Month. And that was it. So yeah, it is interesting. This account has been around since 2011, as you can see right here, 2011.
Listen, I think that it is very likely that corporations will always take whatever they think works best.
And they weren't making Pride Month tweets every year or even close to it. Hey, why isn't this pausing? There we go. But at the very least, they did make one last year, but it did come out on June 24th, so way later in the month.
Bro, this girl's eyes, is she okay?
This, of course, meaning that perhaps they will actually
My God!
tweet about Pride Month this year, and they're just waiting until later in the month for some reason, or at some point that hasn't occurred yet. Regardless, they have never tweeted about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month from what I've seen looking into that. This is the first time they have. So I can totally understand questioning authenticity when it comes to, for example...
You should always doubt authenticity when it comes to brands. Okay? They always care about their bottom line because they have to care about what is optically important. And I'm not saying that creators don't do this also.
Corporation like this, and like now that they're suddenly talking about Men's Mental Health Month, it's like, huh. And the same thing could apply to a person too. But again, like the people getting all mad at the VTubers in this video, they didn't make a strong argument at all. And it seems like at least the VTubers I'm familiar with, they're like genuine about their care, and they're not like doing some sort of fake virtue signal or whatever. But now, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of curious about this video. Like, should we watch this really quick? Let's do it, guys.
Yes,
it's 59 seconds long.
59 seconds of whatever this is.
Let's see how this, see what they want to tell us about Pride Month in 2024. And then we'll see like if they really ditched all this for 2025. Just keep that in mind, how this may have aged.
I'm probably one of the more open queer Siege content creators. It's pretty hard not to know that I'm LGBT. I sort of flaunt it as part of, being proud, but also, I want there to be a safe place that people feel they can come into Siege.
Bro, no shooter is safe for any demographic of people. All right, everyone's getting shots fired in all directions. I've seen the online Xbox chat, okay? I've seen the Xbox hot micing. Nobody is safe, okay? Everyone is...
And then they see this, lesbian woman playing, and she's very out, she's very proud, and she doesn't let anyone sort of, get under her skin. So
Bro, if you just go on all chat as a woman, you will, like, get told to make a sandwich at least 30 times in one match.
People to see that and normalize it. And I think normalization in the gaming community as a whole is really, really important. So for me...
So Ubisoft really might be like all on board with normalizing this stuff a year ago. And then like a year later, they're like, yeah, nah, we're actually done. like that was short-lived if so. I mean, they were probably supporting this stuff.
I just feel like, okay, you know what the community is for shooters. There is less women. I'm sure there's tons of them, by the way. I'm not saying this to, like, invalidate women who play Rainbow Six, right? But, like, if you play any shooter, most of them are girls. Or guys, sorry, I'm misspeaking. Most shooters are majority male, okay? And competitive audiences are the meanest places, okay? Anywhere where there is PvP, any shooter, any FPS, you are gonna get, like, S-tier assholes, no matter who you are. Anything about you is going to be used. Do you have an accent? That's going to be used. Are you a woman? Make a sandwich, okay? Like, they are mean. So I feel like this comes off even more inauthentic. I wouldn't be surprised if it was not well received. Because, one, she is the, like, smaller demographic on a smaller demographic of women. Like, she is a woman, which makes her a very small portion of the audience. Birthday. So she doesn't represent a majority. And then her being a lesbian also puts her on a demographic inside of a demographic, right? She is an ultra rare spawn playing this game. Now, that is not a bad thing. Okay, that is great. That is not a bad thing. But it does mean that, like, the average player, which is probably just a dude, that they're not really going to be able to relate to her, right? Does that make sense? I'm not saying that's a bad thing or anything like that, but it's like, that's why it's not going to be well received as an ad, because it does not, her audience isn't going to relate to it. And so, like, they're not really gonna understand or resonate with this person. Okay? It doesn't mean, you guys get what I'm saying, right? I'm not trying to say, oh man, you know, it's so bad that a girl exists in this game. It's like, no, of course not. But like, you're not gonna resonate with your audience this way, right?
More in the year, but you know what I mean.
I'm just being honest.
This is who I am anyway. I'm very open book, but also I know underneath all of that, I can feel that there's a representation needed, and I kind of need to fill that gap a little bit sometimes, yeah.
And let me also rephrase, like, we know Ubisoft has been doing whatever they can to pad their ESG metrics for quite a long time now. It's just funny laughing at how fake rainbow capitalism is, and I always find it amusing when companies try to virtue signal like that, which, for the record, I'm not convinced they actually care about men's mental health either.
No, they don't. They just know that men's mental health is going to resonate more with their audience. Actually, you know what? Two things. Men's mental health is going to resonate more with their audience because their audience is male. So they are now talking about issues that are way more likely to apply to the viewer base that they have.
To me, it's just another virtue signal, just a different sort. It's
a virtue signal that applies to the people that are in their demographic, so it will be received better, and now it's profitable.
It is amusing. It's interesting that there's apparently this shift occurring. But now let's take a look at this button right here, guys. Do you know what this is?
What the f is that?
This is the button to see hidden tweets, meaning that there's actually some tweets they don't want us to see here. Well, I know what I gotta do now.
Is that naturally a part of Twitter? I don't think I've ever seen that button. What?
It's Men's Mental Health Month, by the way, not Pride Month. They got noticed enough, hidden. I'm sorry, but how exactly is this going to fix problems we keep having while trying to play hidden? There's no twinks for me to smash.
Oh, look. Last year, people were mad. It's Men's Mental Health Month, by the way, not Pride Month. They get noticed enough. See, people getting mad that one's noticed and the other isn't. So people were mad in the opposite direction last year. Actually, they might have been mad in the same direction because, again, it's like their audience is mostly men, so they're more likely to be mad if Men's Mental Health Month isn't noticed because that's most likely to apply to them, right?
Fix problems we keep having while trying to play hidden. There's no twinks for me to smash in this game. I thought y'all were included.
Where's the Femboys, Rainbow Six? I thought you cared! Fake fan!
Hidden. Wait, what? Hold on a second. What? Just funny on a tweet about representation.
That's great. That was the best tweet in there. W for that person.
Pride Month tweet, they hid that one. They're like, no, hold on, that's too far though. And we'll end with this. Just
no femboys detected!
Just for the heck of it, I went over to Blue Sky to take a look and see what they were saying about Men's Mental Health Month. This popped up instantly as one of the most liked.
How do they hide this? There's like a button that basically hides replies? Is that what it is? I didn't even know about it. I have never heard of this before.
Tweets about Men's Mental Health Month over there on Blue Sky. And then like I see Kaiser Neko and the responses. I'm like, dude, whenever I go to Blue Sky, I'm not even looking for these VAs, and these like VAs or VA associates, this clique of people always pop up. I can never escape it, man. Turns out this guy's a VA too, apparently. Look at that. So even when we're not talking about voice actors, we still end up getting the VA Blue Sky clique here. Freaking crazy stuff. But
oh man.
Supporting.
I have been hearing some crazy stuff about like VAs, and I don't even want to touch it. I just don't want to touch it.
LGBT rights and experiences.
There's too much to keep up with.
Supporting men's mental health. Men's mental health takes a drastic toll when same-sex attraction, vulnerability, gender expression, and masculinity being a spectrum are not only scoffed at, but stifled their entire lives. A healthy man is a free man. But is this not like selective? Like it seems like this person is selectively leaving out certain demographics of men and only showing support towards LGBT men, right? Like,
you just can't win. Cause in my mind, what he's saying is like that he's right. There is overlap between like pride and men's mental health, right? Cause there are plenty of men that are not straight. Okay, so he has a point there. You know what I mean? But it's like you just can't win. I don't know.
Like, I guess only certain demographics matter to them or something. I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Have a great month. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think I got the whole thing right that time. And consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed my coverage. Appreciate ya, and I'll see you in the next one.
That was a
Welcome
great
back, guys.
video. That was a great video. It was really nice of him to mention it was my birthday and make me a part of the video. I'm really glad that my post was well received for the most part, apparently, besides a couple clowns that I never noticed till now. But yeah, for the most part, everyone's been nothing but sweet.